Shaka, welcome again. Are business coaches, consultants still viable? Are they worth the investment? Is it worth investing in a business coach and or consultant? Let us talk about consultants specifically. Now, the answer is absolutely 110% yes, even if I say so from my biased position. However, from history and experience and looking at what is going on in the market, you will realize that they are actually crucial to the growth of businesses, to helping leaders to perform better, to go beyond their limitations and things like that. Before I can give you reasons why they're still very, very, very crucial to the process of getting to the next level as an organization, let me first discuss why somebody would ask such a question, okay? Are there some spectacular failures? Absolutely. Are there situations where it hasn't worked? Absolutely, 110%. And the times it hasn't worked, usually there's four things in play, okay? Number one, the consultant that was hired did not have enough perspective and context of the deal that he was getting into, therefore was limited in their scope of helping out the client, okay? Number two, they didn't have enough experience. Okay, if you don't have enough experience and you're dilly-dallying and you're trying to get, the first buck or something, I'll give you a great example. I just helped one of my clients to recruit a leader. Okay, this guy had written so many articles, the leader guy, and he sounded like he knew what he was talking about theoretically. We give the guy a job, he gets into the job. 30 days later, he cannot do the job. He is a weakling. He didn't step up. He didn't take time to connect with the team. He basically was clueless. In fact, he said he has a phobia for working more than 12 hours. What? And he said that to his team. Okay. Now, if you're the best at what you do and you can get things done, essentially within 12 hours, great. But the company is struggling. They brought you on to make a difference, and then you come up with such BS. Anyway. So if you get somebody who doesn't have the experience, then of course. Next is if the clients are not willing to learn. Sometimes you'll get a job. One of the things that I used to be super good at was when I was called to make a presentation, I was always pushing the button so far to see if this client will actually get the result. Will they be easy to work with? Will they be flexible? Are they do they want to have fun? Are they willing to work hard and play hard? I always, sometimes I think they're checking me out, but I'm checking them out as well, because I know that if I don't do that, then the chances of me supporting and helping them are zilch. It's not going to work. Okay. So I always used to check. So you have to check and say, okay, is a client willing to learn, willing to go the extra mile, really hungry? Okay. And that is an expert. If the client is not hungry for success, it doesn't matter what the consultant says, they're not going to do it. Okay. And recently I was listening to Dunlock, and he said there's certain situations where a client will bring on a consultant to consult on something where they know categorically that deal is dead, it's going to fail. Okay, they know it down deep inside, but they just need somebody to blame. So it is your job to be able to check as a consultant, speaker trainer, that as a consultant specifically, that, hey, do these guys actually want to? Does this leader, when we get on, do they look at their CV, look at their history? Do they look like there's some kind of progression, or have they been at the same level for such a long time that they don't have any desire to go to the next level? Because you and me know, for any extraordinary result, there's going to be an extraordinary effort. Now, if somebody's not willing to do that, doesn't matter. Okay. Next, if it is a wrong matchup, okay, the consultant and the client, if it's a wrong matchup, they don't get on, and it has happened to me before. Okay, I went away somewhere, I got a big deal, took this team away for a retreat. The rest of the team was cool with me in terms of how much I pushed, in terms of how much I wanted them to open up and break up. I asked them to give feedback, and the leader was not willing to take feedback. Okay, they gave him some great feedback, which I thought would help him to be a better leader. But he then turned around and was like, you know what, they shouldn't have said that in public. There was too much ego, so we just didn't get on, and that deal closed very, very quickly. He did look for me eventually. He did look for me later, but that ship had already sailed. And then finally, if there's no internal capacity to build to what is required to go to the next level, okay, as a consultant, you look on the inside, you see, okay, can we build this thing up so that, because to go to any next level, there's got to be some internal building, and that doesn't mean bringing in people, but getting the team to upskill, getting the team to think differently, getting the team to get out of their comfort zone, getting the team to get a little bit more hungry. Now, if that is not there, and you can tell by just the first 2-3 sessions, you can tell it's not going to work. If that is not there, that is when people start saying, oh, are consultants worth their money or not? Okay. Okay, and then finally, I've written it here. If there's a certain caliber of leaders who really want to leave a legacy and make a difference. They're rare, but when you find them, they are such a blessing. They're such a joy to work with. If that is not existent, then the chances are you're not going to succeed. Therefore, they're going to say a consultant's not worth it. Now, on the other side, why is it paramount that you must think about getting a consultant? Number one, they give you perspective. Okay. Number two, the best way to explain this is let us say that we're sitting in a room and the room has a bad smell. But because we've been sitting in the room for so long, we, the occupants of the room, cannot smell that bad smell. Somebody opens the door and goes, there's such a bad smell in here, and say, oh yeah, there is a bad smell. Why? You need somebody from outside to bring some perspective, to see what you don't see, to show you your blind spots, to give you the ability to have a different perspective of where you could be going wrong. So yes, you need a consultant to come in and be able to do that. You need a consultant. The reason why consultants are so important is they are also a sounding board, all right, for your ideas, because it's not all the time that they're going to tell you what to do. No, sometimes it's just a sounding board, okay, where you can bounce off ideas, refine ideas, and some of my best work was when I was not necessarily consulting and giving advice, but when I was listening intently and asking questions that got my clients to think beyond their normal way of thinking. If they would say, you know what, this quarter I want to sell, 300 metric tons of fuel. And I say, why not 400? Because of this and this. I say, okay, let us go through all that and see, okay, which one of those do you have control over? Or all of them? And I say, so why don't you increase it? So I'm not telling them increase it, but I'm asking the questions, then they're coming up with the ideas, because technically they usually know more than I do. Okay, next, the reason why you do need a consultant is they will push you, okay, they will cheerlead you, they will challenge you, and they will celebrate with you. Now, just those 4 things are important for your soul. They're important for you to have as a leader, so that you can be able to not just scale outdo yourself, but become a better human being, because you're getting all those things, all those buttons pressed. They're challenging you to get better. They're praising you. They're celebrating with you. All those things are positive and they're good for you to be a better performer. So the reason, to answer the question, are business consultants still relevant? Absolutely, 110%. Are you thinking of becoming one? Yes, go for it. And if you do want some help, hey, you know what to do. Give me in the comment and tell me, hey, coach, I'd like to know more about how to become a world-class consultant, and I will hook you up. We'll get on the phone. We'll talk about it. We'll plan it out. You will then go and make your difference. And until then, I want you to remember, please, to smash that like button, share this with somebody else. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and a thumbs down if you don't. If you give me a thumbs down, please let me know why, so that I am able to get better. And most importantly, feedback is the breakfast for champions, and I assume myself to be a champion. So until next time, I want you to know that yes, you and myself have the audacity to live life on our terms. Until next time, peace.